Blaised. Blaised. Get blazed. Get blazed. Blaised. Get blazed. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. You're tuned into Blaze Radio. This is Get Blazed. Our pre-show for the Stable War, Territory War semifinals and the mega card. I get rid of my monitor. That's working good. So we're going to get down to business here. We have a big show today, but I have a lot of things I want to talk about before we get there. It's been a rough week. Alive is stretching it. It's a little closer to barely kicking and just doing what I can do to get us back up and running. Yes. But we've had a lot of things that have held us back this past week. And I'm going to start out the show with a little state of the LTD address. Something that I used to do back in the E-Fed world before we became digital. And it kind of summarizes where we're at and what I'm looking for and going forward, how the show is going to run, because it is going to change a little bit. I said it a few months ago that LTD was no longer a fly-by-night company. Now, I've accommodated a lot of people who can't be here all the time, which is fine. If you're in the live chat now, or, you've been in the live chat, you have nothing to worry about. I understand that people have real lives. They have jobs, they have kids, they have families. I've preached this before, but I feel like I need to say it again. if you're not active during this stable war the next couple weeks, I will be making cuts. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It's the people behind the character, but I want LTD to be more interactive. We tested it out with 3 Gift of Gab tournaments, and the Gift of Gab tournaments were super successful. You guys gradually did more and more and more as far as controlling your characters. I really want this to be a Dungeons and Dragons type of atmosphere where things that you do in the live chat, in the promos, in the private chats can affect your character. I really want that to be even more than ever. Good to see you, Hot Fire Rose. Corey Quinn, he got a hold of me. He's out at an indie wrestling show. I know Riley's busy. People have families. They have jobs. People like Odds and other people, Emily, they're streaming a lot. So I understand that. And trust me, I go around to streams all the time. I know when people are live. I know what people are doing. I'm watching you guys. I'm always watching. I may not be as active in other people's chats because I'm working on stuff. But going forward, and I'm going to use 2 people as an example. And this is obviously is nothing against these 2. They've been an advocate for digital wrestling from day one that I met them. They've promoted the show and the channel. They've been on the podcast. They've contributed a lot. And that's Jay Savage and Stompy. I brought them back. I brought Stompy back, but he's not around. He's probably got some personal stuff going on or whatever. I understand that. He's a great dude. He's a fabulous human being. It's nothing against him personally. But if I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, I'll start DMing you. If I haven't heard from your DMs, I'm normally just going to remove your character and move on. I've had to do that with other characters for other reasons that maybe they don't fit in with what we do, or maybe they don't like how I run the show or stuff like that. That's fine. But availability is the best ability right now. So like I said, you guys in the chat are fine. But after Stable War, if I haven't seen or heard from some people, there's going to be some cuts. We're going to trim down the roster a little bit. Now, if I hear from everybody, we'll stay with 96 people. Simple as that. And I'll find a way. But the more you're active, the more you participate, the more your character will do stuff. I talk about the lurkers. We have the lurker commercial. We joke about it. But if you don't pop into the chat, I don't know that you're watching. If you watch the replay and you don't leave a comment, I don't know that you watched the replay. Personal life comes first. I got to speak it anymore, Gregory. I got to. Logan, welcome in. Your real lives will always come first. This is a game. This is for fun. But we take it seriously. I treat it like a business. I treat it like a show. I produce the show tremendously. What's up, champ? And that's what happens when things fall apart, like the game crashing or match types not working. It sucks because I want to give you guys the best product I can. And when the game fights against us, which it's had since day one, even before day one, you can ask people like Odds and Triple Beat, Vince McSham. People have been doing this way before I did it. Know that you have to work around what the game gives you. Jeff's in the building too. Where's Jeff? I didn't see it, Jeff. But I just want to say it's the company is changing a little bit where I want more interactive. Oh, there he is. What's up, Jeff? Be defending his lethal title today on the show. So I encourage interaction. It doesn't mean you have to drop a million promos. Every once in a while, promo for your match in the Discord channel for promos, that's fine. Drop an audio promo somewhere, send it to me, DM me, that's fine. But when I don't see your name for a while, I know it. I feel it. So I'm going to reach out first. And I've reached out to Jay Savage. I've reached out to Stompy. And I'm using those two as examples because they understand. And if it's real life issues, I don't need to know what's wrong with it. I don't need to know. If you're not around, I'll know. And I'll let your character go gradually. And I'll bring you back whenever you're back around. Triple Beat, I'm going to praise you to death today. So I know you're a humble dude, but I will give you a lot of praise because he was one that helped save this game and bring it back for me. Yeah. So take what you will back in 2K15 and so forth. So we're talking about 10 years of dealing with the game, not making the game for what we do. And I'm going to continue to work around it. I'm going to continue to find ways. And with your help, listen, let's backtrack. For those who may not know, on Tuesday, the new patch came out and it corrupted my save data. My game would not start. Put my birth date in, accept the terms and agreements, crash. Okay, restart, crash. I could not get into the game because it was grabbing that save data, loading it up, and something in there is corrupted. There's no way of knowing what it is. This game is a crapshoot because, especially us that overload it with creation stuff, the game's not used to that. I highly doubt that they test the game with maxed out creations. I highly doubt that they thoroughly test it in universe mode every time they do a patch. That's understandable because let's be real, guys. We are a huge community in a very small pond, which is the big pond of 2K users. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people, kids, casuals that buy the game, they might create themselves, but they're usually using Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and the matches and the arenas in the game. We are twisting and turning this game to make it what we want it to be. And that's going to give us problems. So when the game crashed, I panicked, but I had people like Emily, who knows PlayStation very well, to help me navigate around, to move things around, to get into my other PlayStation account to try to make it work. Shamrock, my friend Sean, he was there emotionally for me. Mrs. U-Taker, Tiny. There's other ones too. I don't want to forget anybody. Odds and Triple Beat, we have this little chat where we dump shit all the time and try to find resolutions. Totes has always been a big help in the background with venting frustration and doing other things to try to make it better. And there's a lot of you. Emotional support from people like Drum Monkey. I got to look at my list of roster because I don't want to leave some people out. Cowboy John's always been a great support. Redneck Avengers set the precedent for rewatches. And if you rewatch the show, what's up, Jay? If you rewatch the show and you don't leave a comment, I don't know you were there. So I'll think you're gone. So please, I'm begging you guys, put a comment after the show if you watch it. Or maybe, and I know a lot of you guys are in a bunch of E-Feds too, so I'm not gonna knock you for that. AJ, good to see you. Diamond's in the house. I'm a lot better today. Physically, I'm dealing with a lot of health problems, but I hide that when I come here. You all have health problems. We all have problems in our real life, our families, our jobs, our health. I say escapism all the time. That's what I want to give you guys. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing? So when the whole world, the imaginary fantasy video game cartoon world that we created crumbles, yes, I keep it in perspective that it's just a game, but we take it seriously as a place to escape. And we've built such a great community. To lose all my data on Tuesday and be back on Friday to do 3 shows is amazing. And that's thanks to each and every one of you guys. You guys made that happen. Uploading your cause, helping me edit cause, helping me fix cause, all that stuff is part of the game. And if I didn't have this community, I probably would have just turned the game off and stopped streaming it. But resiliency, overcoming, that's what we do. And getting all the cause back. I mean, I apologize for some of the things that have gone wrong this week. Wrong titles. I had to create other people, waiting for people. I had to bother people, which I hate doing, about, hey, can I get your stuff? Can I get your stuff? I want to come back as soon as possible. That's on me. That's because mentally I wanted to get back into this so I can engulf myself in this game again. You know what I say? Yeah, it is beyond phenomenal. And I've talked about it last week. Call it bragging, call it boasting. I don't know that if there's another community out there like ours. And if there is, please let me know about it. I want to know about what they do. I'm a live streamer. I don't record shows, but I love recorded shows. I'm a custom creator. I don't play the game. So I'm very different in a lot of places. But I've said it before, 96 different wrestlers, custom everything. I do the entrances. I do the commentary, the commercials, the music, everything that we do, the digital cards that I create, the website, the Discord server, which right now I'm telling you, I have a different channel for every stable. That's going to come into play after round 1. So if you're not in the Discord server, you're going to miss out on what we're doing. It won't make you not be able to play though. So I'm very okay for that too. Appreciate you too, Primetime. Over the last 2 years, we've probably brought in 30 new people, and they're fabulous people. If people can't make it to shows, personal life, whatever, that's fine. But I've said it a million times. Just seeing your names in the chat changes. It helps me emotionally, mentally, to give you a better product. It's self-worth, knowing that you're here in the chat. If you want to lurk, that's fine. At least drop me one comment. At least drop me one comment. There's a lot of people, Marc Caliber, Jesse, Sean, they share out the show all the time, and I love it. The more people you can share, the more times you can share, the better it is for everything. Yeah, some miracles I could do without, though. You know what I'm saying there? And I apologize for being short with people earlier in the week because I joke around a lot. Everyone immediately wants to joke back when stuff happens. And when this crumbled and people made jokes about it, I just deleted your comments on Discord and stuff because it wasn't funny to me. This was crashing down on me. Everything I worked for, 750 hours that I put into 2K25 on my primary account, gone. 750 hours is how much time I put in creations and streaming on that game that was gone. Now, I made it a practice to upload all my arenas, all my cause, and everyone that we edited. Thank God, because we were converting people from old gen to new and etc., that I uploaded those if I could, because they were re-uploadable. Why did I do that? Because this could happen. And I could sit here, we can all sit here and bash 2K. What's that going to get us? And you're right, Dubs. It makes me mad too, and sad and angry and frustrated. But it doesn't do any good to complain about the game because they're not going to fix anything for us. We are very unique. We are less than 5% of the people that buy this game and use it. So all we can do is find workarounds. And with a community of all these gamers, all these streamers, I'm great with computers, software, hardware, all that. I've done it my whole life. I have no problem learning software, learning new systems, but I've always found that, yeah, that old saying, that it is. You can vent your frustrations because it feels good to talk about it. And I've done that a lot this week. And on yesterday, I did 3 streams. The first one was good. The second one, I was kind of worried because things were messing up. Last night, we started out with Heel Blaze. It was fun. It was crazy. But I got frustrated. I got pissed. And I know it shows in my commentary. I didn't give you guys the product I was used to giving. I was breaking character. I was getting angry, upset with the game. And it's the frustration sitting in. But, and once again, I'm going to praise Triple Beat. He got home last night after work, checked all my DMs I was sending him, looked into it, tested matches, changed sliders. And this morning, he came to me with a set of sliders. Change these. Because I was ready to quit universe mode, use play mode, which we can still do that if we have to. But it kind of ruins the product I want to give you, which is a TV style product. I apologize once again for some of the errors I've made this past week. So I even at the end of this show today, I might show you the sliders. And here's the thing. Every time they put out a patch, you might have to do new sliders. So that's why when we work together as a community, it really helps. I think that's about it as far as, people can come back and watch the first 20 minutes of this show if they want to know what happened, where we're at, and how we're going forward. It's funny that a lot of the sliders that me and Beat are using now are similar to what he used in 2K19. So we found a process, which, if you don't know, the first couple shows yesterday, there was no submissions. They would not submit. Even late in the match, I know they should be submitting, and they weren't. And it's not fair to some of you guys that have good submission moves that help you win and stuff like that. I know that the in-ring no exit matches that I use, because I don't want DQs, I don't want no count out. I don't want count outs. So I use the no exit matches. And that stops some of you guys from going out on the apron and climbing up and doing some of your moves. That's part of LTD. I can do more Extreme Rules matches. I can do more. I try not to use as many custom matches. I only have like 6 custom matches this time. I had all 50 last game. And the more we test this game out, part of me thinks that's the problem. One of the problems. There's a lot. And yeah, 2K25 is now right behind 2K20 for fuck-ups. But I'm not giving up on it. And we're going to push forward. We got a great card set. Tested a bunch of matches. And people that don't have the game or don't play, I'm not knocking you. You have no idea. You have some idea what work I put for this. I'm talking full-time job, 8 to 10 hours a day type shit. And even more this week, where I'm already probably over 30 hours of working on it in 4 days. So I have, speaking of tag teams, I have the 2 tag teams. I tested tag team matches today. I tested no exit submission only matches. I tested no exit regular matches. And you guys know that on a bunch of other shows, it's all different types of settings and way they run their shows. And I'm lucky to have so many great people here to help me get my show run the way I want to. So we're going to go over the match card, plain and simple. I do want to show one little thing as I take a little break here. We got 15 people here. And this is one thing I praise on the most. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 24. I was ready to do that earlier in this week, Riley. When it crashed and I couldn't get in, I was like, well, I guess we're going to 24. That was an option. Trust me, I weighed out every option possible. And my mind can process a million things at once. That's one blessing I do have. And you guys are fabulous and helped us get back on our feet. 95 calls in 3 days. We got back on track. And I didn't download Blaze, no Shmoo, no Rex, no Sunshine. I'm not even using them. It's all about you guys. I'll do the commentary. And I don't need my face on the screen while I commentate. When you watch wrestling, you only see the commentators every once in a while. It's about the product. It's about the game. So the game has to be presented the way I want it or as close as I can. And that's difficult. We got through a lot this week. It's been a rough week in real life and here for a lot of people. This is our escapism, and I'm going to do the best I can to continue it any way I can to give you guys a TV-style product where your involvement matters. We're going to take a quick look at my arenas, which is something, and this is on the old account, so some of them might be a little different. I love creating arenas. I've only created one so far in this new. But these are some of the arenas I pride myself in, and I love using I'm a graphic designer at heart. So using custom logos and making arenas with nothing WWE is what I love. So before we get into the match card, let's take a look. That's some of these arenas. Battle Queen Arena, based off of the logo, matching the color scheme around. And it's kind of tough because I'm partially colorblind to match up some blues and purples and stuff like that. But this is your Battle Queen. Battle Queen Arena is one of my favorites. And that one's for the women. The Monday Bloody Monday. You guys love that arena. You always did. The blood covered everywhere. I don't do many Monday shows. So if I change it to Tuesday Bloody Tuesday or Wednesday Bloody Wednesday, it doesn't really work. So it's a pun off of Sunday Bloody Sunday, the U2 song from back in the day. So the Bloody Arena will be for special shows on Mondays when I decide to do it. The Breakthrough Arena, I got to recreate this one, but this one's for the LIT people. The trainees, we just used it not long ago. It's a mix of a couple different stages. Cage Fury, I got to recreate. I wasn't able to upload a lot of these. This is all based on cages and cage matches. But I can easily recreate these. Combat Kingdom, I have recreated this one. I mean, I will create this one this week for the Stable War once we get to it. Crazy Eights for our 8-man matches and stuff based off the Crazy 8 title. The Eliminator beer. I don't think I have that one uploaded either. So anything, once it crashed and I couldn't upload anymore, I couldn't upload any of these arenas, so I have to recreate them. But I took screenshots of them all like this so I can go back. We got Empire, the one brand that we used to use, Empire brand. The Game Night Arena, I do have that one. So we'll bring Game Night back soon too, always fun. And I used to have stuff on the floor too, but they're glitching. I don't use Trons on the stage either. I don't want anybody with epilepsy or anything to have strobes or anything like that. Gift to Gab. I got to rebuild this one when we do Gift to Gab 4 with the SmackDown fist. Very, very cool. Golden Pyramid. Golden Pyramid. All gold. Always loved that arena. We've done a few of the Golden Pyramid shows. Independence Day, I didn't re-download this one because I'm trying to keep as low custom creations as I can have. We're not going to have Independence Day till next year. And the new game will be out, but I'll do this arena again next year. The Lethal Arena was another brand based off of the origin story of LTD. Lethal Championship Wrestling is where we started. Lanale, I got to re-download her arena and change this if we ever want to go back to Lanale Island. Shout out to Emily and her crew for the creation of this. I just tweaked it for LTD. Lost Souls, the archives, all the names of the past people on the mat. We have the MAD laboratory, hospital style, insane asylum type. A lot of people love that arena too. The Mass Hysteria is another brand show that we do on a regular basis. Soma has a Mass Hysteria show. Moon City, when we go to the moon. I do have that one, so we can make another trip to the moon soon. We're sending Lord Amadeus to the damn moon. Offering, I do have this one again, the Outside Arena. Thank you, Triple B. It's one of my favorite things to do, man. And I try to keep themes. I love color schemes. Old school, we did the mat for old school too with the old Nintendo game in the back there. And those are logos from 25 years ago when LTD started in 2001. Pick your poison for when you guys do guest, your own reward matches and stuff. Pick your own matches. We'll do a pick your poison thing. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Dubs. The Red Lounge. Big shout out to Gav. Was it Gav? I forget who recreated it. I'm a loss. I think it's Gav. No, it's SJ Ray. Sorry. Recreated that for me. The Redneck Ranch, the stable wore 17 champs. And we'll go back to the Redneck Ranch after this stable war for one more time. And then we'll have whoever wins stable war, I'll create arena for you, for your stable. Steel City Showdown is the first SUPERCARD that we do. Pittsburgh-based SUPERCARD. Appreciated odds. Territory Wars, the one we're using now. I recreated that in like less than 5 minutes. Just because I had screenshots, I can easily go and recreate it. Three Ring Circus, unfortunately, I got to rebuild this one. But we'll have the Three Ring Circus another time. I just don't want to overload the game with custom stuff. Three Ring Circus, I believe, is the last one. And thank you. I love arenas. I love making arenas. This one is a combination of, what's his name? Doinks Trons. And if you need any information about LTD and you're not on the roster, this is where you can get your information. This Wix website has everything, the match cards, the roster, the history, the digital cards for your roster pages, the championship history, everything. Just for protection of the company and stuff, the only people that I put on the roster, on the website, on the Discord, I should say, the only people that I put on the Discord is the roster member. So if you're not on the roster, there's other ways to get information about LTD, no problem. And if you are on the roster, if you want to be on the roster, here's how to do it. Get a hold of me on Facebook, X, Instagram, or Discord. I get you an application. You go on the waiting list. We got about 6 or 7 people on the waiting list right now, which is great. Manch, great show earlier. We got to see him do it live. Phenomenal job, bro. I love what you do. And I actually got some DMs that they love what you do. So shout out to Manch. If Brandon Bones wants an application, hit me up. I'll get you an application and get you on the waiting list. You've been coming to the shows regularly. That means a lot. So coming to the shows is big, but not definitely needed. Being able to work with me and the people in the community, that's huge. That's huge. If you're not going to get along and be able to play the game the way I want it, you're not going to make it in LTD. And we've seen some of those people. It's nothing personal. If you're too busy and you can't be around as much, that's okay. If you still want to come watch the shows, pop in. I admire that too. I would always welcome that. So it's a give or take. And like I said earlier, if you're just joining us, they're more than likely between 5 to 10, maybe 12 people might be done after Stable War. They're just people that are too busy, and that's okay. If they do your own shows, you're streaming every day. If I haven't, like I said, here's how I do it. I don't just fire people. You cross me a bunch of times, I'll just let your character go. I'm not going to publicly embarrass nobody. If I did, I had plenty of opportunity to do that with people over these 7 years. What's up, Azrael? Great to see you. So the state of the LTD address, we went over the arenas. Involvement is big. So if you're in the chat now, you're good to go. All that good stuff. And having heat in character is fine. Gregory Blakely knows that. He gets so in character. I love it. And some people are like, why are you getting so mad about the game? That's his character. A lot of you guys show your passion in character. I love it. The one thing I don't want is you to bring real life into the game. My grandma died, or I'm in bad mood today, or this is bothering, that's bothering me. Forget about that stuff. That's what we're here to do. Drop in my DMs. Trust me. I have personal conversations with people all the time in DMs. I don't want it here in the game because it ruins the experience. This is Dungeons and Dragons for digital wrestling. I bring Matt Storm and Sean Shamrock up a lot. What they did on that show last week made me want to do a brawl with those two and continue their feud. They were going at each other so much in the chat, but it's in character. Number one, don't bring out of character stuff in character. Number two, don't take in character stuff personally. This is a game. I want it to be a game. A lot of digital shows, and that's fine. You just watch them and they do what they want to do. They use all their own characters. They have people that have 5 and 10 characters each. That's fine. I don't want to do that. I won't do that. Shout out to you, Joey. We all rated Joey yesterday in his backyard foosball. I love it. I love it. I love it. It was so much fun. And that's another thing. I love meeting these people, man. Joey's great. He's so much fun. And
hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So y'all can sit here and ask me all the questions y'all want to. I'm going to answer with the same answer. So,
hey, some people just come here so they don't get fined. And you go watch Joey plays. He's entertaining. I said that. Bunch of people went over, subscribed. I want to share the community. While I'm here, I said this the other day, and I got emotional. I'll probably get emotional again. I don't know how long I have left on this planet, on this earth, in this world. I want to leave my mark in the digital wrestling world, on the internet. So when I'm gone, you guys will remember me. And that could be tomorrow. That could be today. That could be 10 years from now. It could be 30 years from now. But I got this platform, and it hit me a year or so ago. Use this platform to preach goodness, happiness, peace, and fun. Laugh, giggle, be silly, get into character, have fun, and go watch some football and get a touchdown over on Joey's channel. Like, I made a lot of new friends. I made a lot of new friends doing my NFL Red Zone streams, but I'm just not in the mental capacity to do it this year. Physically, I'm going through some stuff. When I go to the doctor on Monday, hopefully everything is okay. But I hide it very well when I do the live streams. That's neither here nor there. We all go through shit. But I want to give you guys the best product I can. That's the bottom line. And the product we have today is phenomenal. Today, we're going to talk about Territory War and the long-awaited Stable War. God, I love Stable War because it involves the most people. You guys don't have to be booked. You don't have to be booked in a show to have fun. When it comes to Stable War, and you guys have already started it, cheering on your stable mates, being mad at the other stables, getting ready for your one-on-one matchups. You know what I'm talking about? The first thing you have to do, Stephanie, is get me a DM so I can get you an application. For those that aren't going to take the time to fill out an application, you're not going to make it here in LTD. That's one of the first hoops you got to jump through. If you don't have social media, sorry. And the reason is I want to get to know, as much as you want to give me, the people behind the characters. And that has helped me out tremendously. If I can help uplift or understand someone, maybe if they come in and they're saying really weird shit, and then I find out why. Maybe they have a disability. Maybe mentally they have challenges. Maybe they use voice to text and it's very confusing. I want to welcome everybody. I always say this, and I mean it, no matter who you are, what you are, where you are, or how you are, you're welcome here in LTD. Who you are, that's whatever religion, whatever this, whatever that. It's easy, Stephanie. Blaised McCoy. If any mods want to help her out, or if anyone knows Stephanie personally, Blaised McCoy. You'll find me. I'm in Totes' Discord if you're in Totes' Discord, because I know you have a character over there. Who you are. Doesn't matter what political background, religion, black, white, Asian, Mexican. It doesn't matter. Where you are, where you live, what time, anything. What you are, what you claim to be, what you want to be called, anything. I welcome all walks of life. That's why we don't talk about religion and politics here on this show. That's number one rule. No religion, no politics, no WWE wrestling stuff, because we're trying to pretend we're in the year 2100. This is the only wrestling federation out there. And I did the 2100 thing because people come in, I'm on this show and I got a title fight. And so some new people like Manch and other people that don't know, those are rules that I'll let slide. But if you keep doing it, I'm going to let you know about it. It doesn't matter in my world. We care, but it doesn't matter in my world if you got a title shot on another show or you held 15 titles over there. I will support everybody's channels. Trust me. The Gathering, I have over 50 different things. There's a huge backstory, dude. There's so much. This is the year 2100. We've had aliens. We've had zombies. We've had war. We've had tornadoes. You should not mention it. No, you shouldn't mention it. Correct. You should not mention. Now, trust me, I am the type. Well, I just shared out your show today and got you people in there. I will promote your shows, but to bring in to my chat what's going on other shows or what happened in the past kind of defeats the purpose of getting into character, Dungeons and Dragons. If you're not on the roster, you're sitting in the crowd. You're a fan watching. And I love that. And eventually, if I see you all the time and you play along well, I'll find a way to get your character on. I'd get Joey Plays on here as a character, but we got enough kitty cat characters already. We don't need another kitty cat. You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, we have the best fucking community around. The toxicity is gone. We had some of that. Yeah, Joker's right. He's right. If you ask me first, like that, if you want to promote, like, hey, I got a show coming up, that's a different story. If you say, may I promote Blaze? I'll be like, hey, sure, go ahead and promote. But if you come in and just say, I got a show tomorrow, I got a show next week, please raid my show. I want you to raid my show. Do this. I won't raid you then. It's supposed to be a surprise. So, and here's the thing. I've tested and trained my mods that if a new name comes in the chat and starts talking about hey, Dom won a title last night, or Liv Morgan this, or CM Punk that. It's okay. We just have to nicely inform them what we do. My mods used to jump all over people like it. No. No talk. No WWE talk. Yeah, Joey, you're a member now too, so use those emojis. No WWE talk. Get out of here. We don't want that. We can't have it. But then some people don't listen. Let me handle it first. I'll explain to them real quick that this is a fantasy world. We're in character. This is a game. We're all playing a game. If you're on the roster, you're playing the game when you're in the chat. Be your character. Get upset if you lose, but do it like a real wrestler would. Don't cry like a baby and bitch about, oh, the game screwed me over. That ruins our reality. Now, digging into different people. Now, the other thing I haven't talked about for anybody new, it's like if you start interacting with the wrestlers, pretend it. You have to act like you're in the stands. You're a fan or you're watching it from home. GG's. Have fun. Here's my favorite character. Blah, blah, blah. Jake's here for the free beer, of course. So we're going to quickly go over the match card and get to the show because I got 18 minutes to get through this. But these are important things I need to talk about. Yeah, I mean, it's come a long way. It's taken me years to get it to this point. It was a mess. It was a mess for a couple years because we had division within the community. We had groups attacking other people and groups attacking one person in character and ganging up on them and people telling me how to run my show in the chat. I ain't having that shit no more. I know how I want to run it. I'm going to do it this way. And if you don't like it, go find another show. Nothing personal. Your roster has changed recently. We've had a bunch of people come back. We have now 64 men, 32 women. The only extra character in there is Puppet. Hotfire Rose created her. Goddess controls her now. Everyone else is an individual person. No alt characters. All right. So I am proud to know all these individuals and to have all of them, the people behind the character on the roster. If you were on the roster before and you don't see your name on here, DM me. Let me know. We'll work on something to get you back. Especially if you're really interactive. That's big. You don't think I know that Tenu and Manch have been on all the shows the last couple weeks? Sometimes months. You don't think I know that? I know it. And I love it. I respect it. Stephanie's been coming all the time. So if you guys keep doing it, I'll try to find you a character if I can. If not, continue to watch, support if you can. If you want, that's fine. But I got to make some difficult decisions after Stable War. That's all I got to say. Kelly Mavericks, I took your name off. You don't deserve it. Champions are still the same. The newest ones, Jayden Proud is now the Warrior title, the tag titles. And this has been a while since these titles have changed. September 2nd is the list on this. Cereal before milk. Yes, that's definitely it. Cereal before milk is definitely the way to go. So if you're just joining us, the first 20 minutes of this stream is the state of the LTD address. Watch it, absorb it, learn it, love it, live it, and have fun. That's all I'm here to do. Peace is what we're looking for. It's not in the real world, but we can have it in this fantasy world while playing the characters in a wasteland, apocalyptic, pre-apocalyptic world. There's only a couple dozen cities left on this planet. We went to the moon. We found a new planet. It got blown up. Australia was destroyed. We rebuilt it. There's so much backstory to this channel. That's what I love about it. And we're going to build more. I got big plans, but the game has to cooperate. And we got 6 of those titles on the line today. Here's how, after the first show, we had a couple, here and there. But we got new Australia now, Manch. We had 2 characters that could erupt volcanoes. So we had them erupt volcanoes down there, create volcanoes, erupt them. And now there's new Australia. So we rebuilt it. Now, when we go to Australia, we call it New Australia. We can try to build, but we don't need to. It's a wasteland everywhere but the major cities. It's a wasteland. So These are the gladiators of the combat kingdom, the last fighters left on the planet. Less than 1/4 of the population that used to be called Earth is now called the combat kingdom. The fighters, the gladiators rule the land. The world champ is the king. The battle queen is the queen. That's why we have royalty in our championships. Double Duchess, double Dukes, Monarch, tap out Princess, etc., etc. Well, Jayden and Kari are here, Azrael. If you know, you know. Here's where we stand now. After yesterday's 3 shows, the Misfit Toys have 8 medallions, 7 for the Red Lounge and the Cowboys from Hell, 4 for the Kingdom, 5 for all the rest. Scavengers, Bounty Hunters, MAD, and Anarchy and Chaos. So here is the current scoreboard after last night. Today, there will be 5 more medallions given out. The 2 Crazy 8 women's semifinals in Territory War, and there will be finals for title shots later on. And also 3 rumbles for the men. So there'll be 3 more medallions, and those 3 men will fight in the Territory War Territory War finals at the next SUPERCARD, and the 2 women will fight. So here's where we stand. You win today, you get a medallion. Now, once we get into the stable war matches, which I can bring up here in a little bit, time permitting, we'll probably go over an hour. Odds is going to give me shit again. We went to Toronto for Territory War. We went to Dallas for Territory War this week. And we went to Los Angeles. That was all yesterday, 3 shows. Pretty crazy. So now, the New York mega card is today. We got 6 championships on the line. Tag title, lethal title, warrior title, tap out princess, battle queen, and LTD. But before we go to that, I put the arena tour over here too. Before we go to that, what could I do here? Let's see. I really got to bring Legion of Dork back. Here, let's do the Legion of Dork commercial. Legion of Dork is, you guys see behind me all my collectibles and stuff. We've done podcasts on it. And sooner or later, I'll bring it back where we talk about old TV shows, old cartoons, old games. Here's a little more for people who don't know about the Legion of Dork. I'll be right back. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a dork. It's a couple dorks. Reminiscing some nostalgia in classic video games, toys, and cartoons. I'm your boy Blaised McCoy, and with my awesome friend Super Nacho, we invite you to join us in the Legion of Dork, a podcast where we talk about our favorites of the past and discuss it all with you. The good old days when video game arcades were full, pinball, and more. When the toy stores were stocked to the ceilings with all your favorites like G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Well, it started all with Pong with me in the 70s. Then Atari, Nintendo, Sega, ColecoVision, and television, and more brought new classics. Classics like Space Invaders, pew pew pew, and Donkey Kong, Pitfall, Dig Dug was a great one. Spent a lot of quarters on Galaga, that's for damn sure. Tecmo Bowl, hut, touchdown, and all the sports games. Super Mario Brothers became an instant classic, so did Zelda and Sonic the Hedgehog. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was a great one to play. So was Street Fighter, Hadouken, and all the fighting games. Star Wars toys and Hot Wheels is where I started collecting toys back in the day. Masters of the Universe, and you can't forget the bad guys. Of course. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Inhumanoids are here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Shell. Can't forget the wrestling figures, WWF, AWA, and those little guys, the Muscles. Yeah, love playing with those, are great. Thundercats, ho! And even Voltron brought them all together with movies, cartoons, and toys. Join us in the Legion of Dork right here on the Blaze Radio Network here on YouTube. All right, Legion of Dork. Frequency's in the building. Temple Plays is here. 2 more E-Fetters out there. Frequency in the building. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Kansas Creative. And Temple's in the house, too. Great to see you guys. And good old Jake, pain in my ass. Good to see you, brother. Here's your match card for today. But first, how about people that have returned? Yesterday, we saw the return of Tony Lee Williams. He was taking the place of Stompy. Stompy, if you watch this, I love you, bro. You're amazing. You supported digital wrestling. When you come back, you're always welcome here in LTD. We brought Tony in, and hopefully everything's good with Stompy. We brought Demented back. Demented took the place of, I don't even remember. Corey Quinn took the place of Radio Rex. I know a lot of you guys are happy about that. The belt collector, Korey, returned. Sean Shamrock, that was a surprise to me that he said, I'm coming back. I'm going to have fun with it. Let's do it. Molly Shamrock also back. You saw Maddie Marie in the chat the other day. And that's it. Maddie is busy. She's working. She got jobs. She's traveling, but she's found time to stop into the show. And I love that. Maddie's a great girl. Molly Mercy is back. Daisy Spider, I recreated her. I love her new look, by the way. And that's a good thing about, I'm taking the good with the bad. Sure, it crashed. Everything we lost. We had to start over. But I wasn't really happy with Daisy's creation before it. I love this version of her. Raven Black, so glad to have her back. And one of Chance Harper's characters, Ivy Pine, returned to fill Sunshine Marigold's spot. So you never know when I'm going to bring people back. You know, shit happens. We see legends come back. The Great Hall members can always come back. Enchanted Raven will make her official return on Wednesday. We saw that clone yesterday or whatever. I don't know what that was, but maybe the aliens sent down a fake raves or something. I don't know. But we welcome these guys back. And like I said, anyone who's been replaced, we also have Drew Hawthorne. You know him as Sped Worm in the chats. Him and Iffy have been great supporters of the channel. So Drew Hawthorne, we can add to this soon. He'll be fighting as well. Well, you'd have to get rid of Austin because one character per person, obviously. But you're always welcome back, Jake. You can be the whipping boy again. Yeah, Demented's back. Ripper Springheel, he hasn't been around for a while. He let me know he couldn't make it because of his job and stuff. If Ripper gets active again, Ripper Springhill will be back in a second because that's my brother. That's the man that, you know, helped me start LTD, and we were tag partners for years in digital wrestling. Jamar's in the house. Welcome in. And we're going to talk about the matchups for round one. We're not going to make 1 hour. We'll be a little bit over again. So this is one of my mistakes. And big shout out to AJ Cool Kid for calling me out on it. Sure, I write down the match cards. Sure, I have, you know, cards for everybody. Sure, I have every show that we've done in a big stack in back there. I fucked up, and I forgot to have the finals of the Gift of Gab extension version of Carmen and Diamond to see who gets the Tap Out Princess title. I could have swore they fought, but Diamond said she didn't. So I kept going through here going, you're right, AJ. So we have to have that match here. I didn't want to add any matches because the show's long enough already. JW in the house, good to see you. Like I said, if you're just joining us, State of the LTD address started out the show. You can check it out after the show later on or whatever. And it's a lot of very important stuff about the future of LTD. There's a handful of people that I haven't seen in a while. And I'm going to say it again very kindly. It's not the people. If your job and your personal life keeps you from making the live shows and you don't leave comments, I'm just going to dump your character after a stable war. You can always come back, but if you watch a replay, leave a comment. So everyone's spot's up for grabs during stable war. I don't really want to have 96 people on the roster, but I love every one of you behind your characters. And after I found out that I fucked up, I apologize to AJ. I will definitely let you know if I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. But I can make it up. So submission match is going to start us off. The winner of this fight will fight Angelita later on for the Tap Out Princess title. And luckily, the sliders we got are making it work. Dragonheart versus Jeff Matthews. The lethal title will be on the line. That's Dragonheart's first of 3 cash-ins. He still has a Warrior title cash-in and a World title cash-in. Tag titles will be on the line. Team Shockwave, Iron Taylor, and Mr. Amazing. They won it a couple weeks ago, the opportunity to fight Joker and Caliber, the World Tag Team Champs, the Double Dukes Championship. Totes, another shot at the internet title, but now it's known as the Warrior Championship. Jayden's another one. I love him to death, but I haven't seen him around for a while. So as long as he's a champion, I'll keep him. But Jayden, if you're watching, I hope everything's good in the real life. If it's not, you know, we'll see how it goes. But JP's one of my favorite dudes, man. So it ain't that, you know, it's nothing personal if your character gets left off of one of the match cards. Shulky's earned her opportunity. She's a Great Hall member that made her return recently against Iffy Zig, Melinda Gutierrez, the Battle Queen champion. I just realized I don't have the Angelita slide on here. Angelita will defend the Tap Out Princess title against either Carmen or, see, I fuck up all the time, or Diamond, whoever wins the opening matchup. The world title, Drum Monkey will face Matt Storm for the world championship. And then you have the Territory War Rumbles. In the first one, these are everyone who won over the last 4 shows in Territory War. They'll fight for another medallion for their teams. So the first one is Hawkins, Wason, Logan, Korey, Andy, CountZ, Hacksaw, JW, Shifty, and Gab. The second one is Demented, Leo Angel, Rob Machete, Primetime, Shamrock, Jesse, Jamar, TLW, Tony Lee, Cody, and Azrael. We got Kyle Graves. Excuse me. Drum Monkey, Lance, Breakdown, SP, Joker, Jester, Jayden, Marley, Iron Taylor. And then the women, Yang Rose, Patti, Carmen, Raven, Kassie, Marley, Butterfly. Laura Diamond, Dallas, Devin, Goddess, Kari, SJ Ray, Ivy Pine. That's it. There's your matchups for round 1. And then you'll have another set of matchups for round 2. These head-to-head fights will be this week. Cowboys from Hell versus MAD. Scavengers versus Bounty Hunters. Kingdom versus Anarchy and Chaos. Red Lounge versus Misfit Toys. If you want to know the matchups and who they're fighting, it's on the Discord server. It's on the website. We're done before an hour. That's it, everybody. We're going to end abruptly and get right to the show. I got the show ready to go. Give me about 5-10 minutes. We'll grab a little bite and we'll get going. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the show, and I'll see you in the stream very shortly. Y'all just got blazed. I know the outro is over a minute, so here we go. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed.